Hello everybody and welcome back to more Factorio Not 15. I'm Liz. We are starting on Advanced Electronics and I am just doctoring up my previous, not mistake, but happy accident that was double producing turrets and grenades and black science, because black science creates 2 packs per craft. So I'm going to finish doctoring this up. I started the video here because I wanted to show you that we picked Advanced Electronics, but I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to get down to what we're actually going to do today. I'll see you in a minute. Next up should be mining productivity. And the next one's going to need blue science, but let's get that 2% mining productivity bonus out of the way early. This is brand new to Not 15. It's infinite research. 2% mining productivity for every level of it. It does exactly like the productivity module, except it doesn't slow down the drill or anything. It just gives you more shit. Let's research! And I'll be back again, because we're not ready yet. Sorry. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have corrected our happy little accident from last video. We have now 5 factories producing either one of these, which is much better for the consumption of the materials that we have coming in. And they are feeding into 5 military science factories, and in the exact same way, but in a much more tight, compact way. And then the military science is just coming down here exactly as it was before, and I think everything is good to go. Do I have excess of anything on me? I have some excess coal, and I've got some excess granadas. So let's go take the coal and dump it in like here, and I've got some excess granadas. Let's dump them in here. I've got a lot of grenades built up. I've got 100 of them in my inventory still. I don't have turrets or anything, right? No, I also have some excess ammos. Okay, so the excess ammos will go into here. What else I got? I got some wheels, I got a stick, I've got science packs. I don't need them. Let's go drop them off. Excellent. Okay, so objective number 1, gardening for dummies. I don't even have armor. You know what? We should build ourselves armor. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, let's do that real quick. I don't have any armor at all. I don't even have the basic armor. So let's build this first. It's going to go right here in our armor slot. There we go. Now we've got a bit of armor. If we got attacked by biters, we wouldn't just instantly die. Boom. Oh, man. So much nicer than mining these yourself. Also, padding my tree kill counts in the last 5 seconds. In the last 10 minutes. More kills than we've had in the entire game. Boom. Boom. Nice. Not necessarily the best tool for killing trees in the game, but definitely the best one that I had available at the moment. It's really useful to use like bots and stuff because you actually get the wood, but whatevskis. Do we care about the wood right now? Not so much. What I care about is getting rid of what? I threw a grenade at a single tree. That's how much of an asshole I am. I hate that tree so much. We threw a grenade at a single tree, and we've cratered the shit out of this area, but that's okay, because that's what our objective was. Anyway, down to business. What should we do today? We've gotten ourselves some black science up and running. So the next science that we're going to need is blue science. Blue science requires the oil. We've been producing oil techs, like we've been researching oil techs lately. Let's go to flammables because it connects to oil processing. We have access to oil processing, which is going to give us the refinery, the chemical plant, and the pump jack, all of which use steel, although less steel than they used to use, which is good. Also, we need some bricks in order to get this shit going too, but we have bricks, so that's fine. Gives us all the basic recipes. Everything there is the same, it looks like. Oil is a little bit different though. Oil, like liquid numbers would be multiplied by 10 across the board and not 15. Otherwise, I think their balance is basically the exact same. It has always been. So we need to get to advanced oil processing. Now we're sort of in the regular game spirit here. The goal is to get to advanced oil processing because regular oil processing is shit. And you also want cracking. So in order to do that, we need blue science. Blue science is a hell of a lot easier than it used to be. We have advanced electronics, so we actually have access to blue science now. It requires advanced circuits, engine units, and assembly machine ones. Well, we know how to make assembly machine ones. They're really easy. It just requires a few materials off our line, which we have in the Make Anything factory, so we can bring them anywhere we want, basically. We might need to increase gear wheel production to make this happen, but, you know, that's not the worst thing in the world. We can make that work. Engine units are not new, but they're new to us here. And let's go to electric engine. Engine units require steel, gear wheels, and pipes. Doesn't require much. One steel, one gear wheel every 10 seconds. That's almost nothing. These aren't made of almost anything at all. And 2 pipes, which are pretty easy to make. Pipes just require iron. So engine units are really easy to make, and we can actually set up Skynet to make electric engines at the same time if we start getting oil going and get ourselves some lubricant. So that's cool. We can set up Skynet very soon. And then what else did we need? We needed, where is all of this shit? Flammables, oil processing, advanced electronics, blue science packs, advanced circuits. We now have access to advanced circuits, which are 2 electronic circuits, 4 copper cables. That's really easy to get and make, but 2 plastic bars means we need oil. So it's time to get into the oil industry. Our objective here is blue science. Our long-term objective is blue science. Our short-term objective is advanced circuits. In order to reach our short-term objective, we need to do a little bit of an aside, probably an entire video of an aside, into oil, which is fantastic. That means that we are going to need, what do I have researched? I have researched sulfur processing and plastics. What do you know? I have everything I need to get plastic already. So let's build an oil production. Oil is a little bit different because the cracking ratios are different now. We actually want to have 8 refineries instead of 5 refineries. You used to want to have 5 refineries for ideal numbers. Now we want 8. I still have bricks on me, right? I do still have bricks on me. Can I actually just build refineries in my pocket now? I can! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to take me a while to build these refineries up. Let's see, has their crafting? No, the refinery itself's crafting speed is still super slow. So I'm going to be back once these things craft up and we can start working on the next chain of this. What else are we going to need, though, in the meantime? I'm going to need a whole bunch of chemical plants. I'm going to need 8 of them for cracking in the long term, although I don't need them yet because I can't crack yet. I'm going to need a couple for plastic, though, so you know what? Let's just make 2 chemical plants for now, and I'll expand on it in the future. We're also going to need a whole bunch for sulfur to get batteries and all that, but one thing at a time, I think, guys. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll just build the entire oil production chain all at once. I don't fucking know. I usually do build everything all at once, including all the cracking facilities, and just don't have a recipe on them until I get advanced oil processing. Because normally in my games, the turnaround time from finishing green science automation to blue science automation is about 5 to 10 minutes. Like, I don't sit very long on green science. I get blue done ASAP. Like, veteran Factorio player, I can do way faster than this. Than we have done in this campaign so far. And blue science is a huge priority because, like I say, you desperately want advanced oil processing. Like, this is #1 tech all time after like logistics robots. So I'll be back once we get some of this stuff built, and we'll start building out our oil production, which I think is going to be somewhere in this general area that we're standing in right now. We don't want to block green circuits because I do want to expand this, but maybe over here-ish. I don't know. Once daytime comes, we'll figure it out. I'll be back. It's really amazing how early on we started building down in this area, and we built our power array and all that kind of stuff, which still looks gorgeous whenever I see it. It looks so much better than the old versions. Then we started building upwards, and we built our mining and we built our smelting array, and it took several episodes to finish that because it's huge. And then we built our mining arrays to feed the smelters. So we were working in this area of the map. Then we started moving up here, and we started working in this area of the map, like the early factory and the build anything. And then we kept moving up all the way over here, and we've spent a couple episodes working up here in the science area of the map. Like, holy crap. And now I'm going to move down in this direction into what I'm going to call the oil area, which is going backwards a little bit. Like, we've spanned a huge section of this map, and it's really interesting. I'm used to having to fight biters off to an amazing extent at this point. I've almost got my pump jacks done. I'm going to... I just noticed that we need a a pipe factory. Like, I'm doing oil, I need a pipe factory in my build anything. So we're going to get underground pipes and regular pipes set up in here, and it's just a quality of life thing. They're really easy to make. You don't care, in all honesty. Like, if you care about these, it's crazy sauce. Logistics. Where are you at, pipes? Pipes, use an iron plate. Pipe to grounds, use pipes and iron plates. So like I say, they are super simple to do. We can just take them off of anywhere where we have iron, basically. So I'm just gonna set up the factory for it, and I'll be back. And here it is. This is all we need to do, and you'll notice I'm putting a lot of inserters into this because, you know, okay, it's not that necessary. Yeah, okay, we'll just put the one inserter there, and we'll just put the one inserter here. 2 inserters here. Yeah, actually, they need more iron pipes than they need that, so it doesn't even need that. You know what? We'll just do this. So the underground ones are going to be really bottlenecked by resources because we can't fill them fast enough. But that's okay. We don't need to fill them that fast because, again, they don't need to produce at max rate. They only need to produce every now and then for me. Important thing is this is going to produce pipes and underground pipes for me so that I can get my oil on. And I'm going to grab a few of them, and I'm going to head over to the oil area, and we are going to get down to business. I'll see you in a second. Alright, so let's get set up to go. We're going to make some of the... Ooh, they put hitbox things on them now. That's interesting. Yeah, you can go like that. You cannot go that way. I'll send you this direction, though. Why not? It means you can go that direction, and you'll go up this direction as well. Okay, so... I'm going to run you underground to here, it looks like, which looks like it's perfectly in line with where you guys can go. Yep. Looks good to me, and you know what? We're just going to use regular pipes for all this. Can we walk through pipes? No, we can't. Okay, that's a mod that I need to get back. So, we're going to just hug right along there then if we can't walk through pipes. And we'll put one of you guys up there because I'm probably going to need to walk through here a few times, so we'll just connect into like this. And like this, and we are connected, and I'm gonna build an oil storage tank. I don't like storage tanks in general as a matter of principle, but I do not mind one crude oil storage tank for storing the crude, as you are aware. And you know what, let's not put it there, let's put it here. Is that in line? Yeah, that's in line with everything. So we can just go ahead and feed directly into that tank. Okay, so that's going to get us the crude that we need. Let's put ourselves down a large electric pole there and a large electric pole up here near science. And then I can put some medium poles down to actually power these devices. Like right there, and right here, and right here. And maybe get ourselves a light, or, you know, 2 or 3 or 4, so that we can actually see this operation at nighttime. And we are producing oil. We're actually producing a good amount, 1.4 thousand already. We're making 19 a second. Remember, everything is multiplied by 10, so this would be 2 a second, this would be 1.8 a second, 1.6, 1.9, and the minimum amount that these go down to is now relative to what the starting amount was. So it's not all going to be 0.1 or whatever. It will, or 1, I guess it would be now. It will be relative to whatever the starting amount was. So the maximums are not necessarily, so the minimums are not necessarily absolutely shit like they always were. I always forget which side is which for water intake later. But I guess it doesn't really matter for us now. Let's just... Oh, I really need more pipe to grounds. Yeah, okay, let's go back and get some more pipe to grounds, and I'll be back. I just didn't have enough made yet at the time. Just be 2 seconds, a little trip. I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, so what we're going to do here is a quick pipe to ground connection, just like this, across all of these beasts. Watch, this is going to be the water input when we make this advanced oil processing, I bet. Oh, no, that's the wrong spot. We're going to go there, 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 and there, and then we're going to just merge these in with a little pipe. Just like that. And all is well with the world. These guys are charged up with oil, and everything is good. We're going to put ourselves an electric pole in between every single one of these. We should actually just be able to drag across and it'll figure itself out. Very good. And let's get ourselves a light in there as well, because I like to see everything. Alright, and then we will just connect this all up with a big old power pole like that. And there we go. We got our things producing all of our various types of oil. However, they are going to clog up extremely quickly. Are we going to need storage? We might need some oil storage in the short term. I don't want to do it in the long term. We might need some in the short term. But for the time being, let's figure out how I want to lay these out. And I think the way I want to lay these out is 3, 2, 1... 3, 2, 1. There are two ways basically to get the oil out of here. Some people like to put an underground pipe here and bring it out, and they put their underground pipes in staggered positions and then they bring off of those. And other people do the pipes off of here and then they do underground pipes to the sides. I used to do it the other way, and now I much prefer this way. I feel it is much easier to get the shit where you want it to be. Like this, and it takes up less space, and you don't have this weird like minefield of like crap sitting in front of the oil refineries of underground pipes and all that kind of stuff. They're right up next to the oil refineries. So yeah, we're going to do it this way, and let's connect the petrol first. Boom, 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 and then let's connect the light oil. And you can see why I said I needed a crap ton of pipe to grounds to do this, because oil uses a metric butt ton of these things. And this is actually way more than I would normally need to, because I would normally only build 5 refineries at this point. I wouldn't build 8, but we are building to ratio, because it is now 8 to 1 heavy cracker to 7 light crackers instead of 5 to 1 to 7. I'm going to grab some more pipe to grounds. I'll be back. In addition to grabbing whatever we had there, I'm also building a few in my pocket. I picked up whatever pipe we had on hand, and I'm building it in my pocket with some of them too, so I'm going to get 40 more pipe to grounds that way. Where the fuck am I? A little bit more. A little bit further, Liz. You're not quite there yet. There you go. Now we're in business. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect the last set of stuff, which is the heavy oil. Now I wonder, it used to be that flamethrower fuel was 1-to-1 for heavy and light oil at the beginning. As long as you can use all of your petroleum, you would be good. I might still end up storing a little bit of stuff though. I think I might build 1 storage tank for everything. Like I say, I hate storage tanks, guys, but I think I might commit, and I'll just build 1 tank for everything and call it a day, just to make life simple for us. Okay, so we're gonna want to get ourselves plastic production. That's the thing that we're focusing on right now. Plastics produce out of a chemical plant. They use coal and petroleum gas, if you're not familiar. And I'm gonna build 2 to 4 of them. You know, maybe we build 4. Maybe we build 4. That means I need 2 more chemical plants if I want to do that. Let's take a look at these good guys. If I want to do this, I could place like here, and then 1 below and 1 below. So I could place, you know, a tank like this, and then a tank. Actually, that's stupid. Wrong direction. I would want to place it like this, I think. So you want to place a tank like, let's give it a couple extra tiles, like this, and then a tank like this, and then I would want to place a tank like this, right? That's how I want to do this. If I wanted to do this, I'm so skeptical about building fucking tanks, because they're tanks. Who likes freaking tanks? Not me. And you can just connect directly, and you can connect directly. There we go. That's it. That's all we're going to build for tanks for light, medium, or light, heavy, and petroleum. We are, oh, they're going to fill up fast. Holy crap. 8 refineries, man. We are going to use material instead of storing it like this as much as possible. Let's build a light over here, though, so I can sort of see what's going on. And we will, however, build a lubricant tank, and I may or may not build a tank for sulfuric acid. Probably not. Depends on the situation, though. Every sulfuric acid you store is a sulfuric acid you're not using, so it's sort of a defeatist mentality to store the stuff. Just fucking make it. But now that you need sulfuric to mine uranium, I might want to tank it so that I could barrel it up. It's a little easier to barrel up if it's in tanks. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I haven't decided yet. Next, though, I need to get these chemical plants placed for plastics, which is the important part. Remember, we have coal on our bus now, so we can just run coal across. Oh, that was this. I was like, what the hell is that sound? We can just run coal across anytime we want, or we can just split it off of here, which is still technically the bus. It's just before it joins the bus. We can split it right off of here and send it up to where we need it. It's not very far away at all. So, to that end, you know what? I hate the idea of building these things without building everything. So I'm going to get a whole bunch more chemical plants. We're going to lay out our cracking facility and everything ahead of time. I'll be back. All right, we've got the facilities here. I happen to know that from a top, like, from this perspective, with the factories facing down, the water is on the left-hand side in the cracking recipe for both light and heavy oil. So these are going to be our light to petroleum oil crackers. This is going to be our heavy to light oil cracker. Its output is actually going to run just like this, and then whoopsie daisy, one more I guess we need. We will put the underground there. It's going to loop right back into this, just like that. Okay, I can't get this yet because it has blue science, so I've got 3 levels of mining productivity. That's not bad. That's 246% productivity. Very good. Let's get ourselves the stack inserter so I have access to it, I suppose. Okay, so that's going to charge with light oil, as is this going to charge with light oil. This is going to crack heavy into light back into here. This is going to crack light into petroleum, which I'm going to send back into anywhere. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to build the pipes for it yet. So that's good. I am going to want a lubricant production facility. I'm going to want a flamethrower fuel production facility, which I can build later. What's really important right now is that I want to get the cracking things down, and now I can build the thing that's going to make me plastic. Seems silly, right? That I wanted to do this first and then, you know, whatever, but it's really important because it's going to help me make sure that I keep the ratios right. Or not ratios. The build locations right. What am I talking about? We're not going to have room in this setup for beacons, but I'm going to rebuild it for beacons in the future if I want them. Let's get this. So we've got lights going on. Very good. The chemical plants are good to go. Now we can build our plastic production. Where do we want to do that? We can tap off of any of the petroleum. We don't have to bring it off of the tank directly because it's all the fucking same. So I think we will just bring it down over here and we'll build ourselves a quick little plastics factory in this vicinity over here. So if we do something like, if we do something along the lines of this, for example, I could get petroleum into both of these easy enough, and then I would need to get coal in, which I could, you know, technically send up the middle, but I want to get the outputs down the middle. So where would I want to put the coal if I did that? That might be a little silly. I can split it. It's no big deal. We'll just split the coal, take it onto either side, and then we'll have plastics come right out the bottom and go down. And then it'll loop through and up and into our bus, and all will be well in the world. I guess that's going to be the last thing running next to the coal on the bus will be plastics. And then red circuits. I really do want 2 lines of red circuits. We use so many friggin' red circuits. It's insanity is what it is. So let's fill this guy up with petroleum. Yeah, let's just do it like that. And then how do I want to get it onto this side? Onto this side, what do I want to do here? It's so close to the refineries. I never build these so close to this. It's going to be weird. We could actually technically connect it from here too, because it's going to connect in too. But that's okay. We don't need to do that. I could just backplane it, I suppose. That is an option. I could just backplane it. I don't have to use underground here. If I don't mind not being able to pass through this area, what I could do is just backplane it. By backplane, I mean do that. And now I can't pass through there, but it does allow me to put an underground right there and here, and then we can put an underground here. We're not going to backplane this side because we don't have to. Put it like that. Do that, do that, do that. We have petroleum coming in to everything that needs petroleum. The downside is now I can't get coal along the back very easily. How much does it need? It needs 1 coal every second. We can easily get it there using red inserters. There's no big dealio, yo. You know what? No, I don't like this. My OCD is going to go crazy if I do this. I'll be back with whatever I decide I actually want this petroleum hookup to look like. But first, inserter stack capacity bonus 1. Let's do it. Alright, we are going to go with a partial backplane. We are going to go with this because there's no point running undergrounds to do what I need to do here. We're going to run it across through here with underground. We're going to run it across to here to underground, which means I still have room for the inserters I need to get coal in. They are going to work something like that. And then we're going to have the inserters that are going to output plastic, looking something like that. And then we're going to have a belt that's going to output plastic down, and we're good to go. Done! Awesome! Let's just get the coal in now, shall we? So, the coal is going to have to come in, and we're going to have to split it, but I don't really care about the split now because it's easy to do. I think what we're going to do is tap into it down over here because that's really easy. And what we'll do is we'll send it this way and up, and then we'll split it up here. I don't want to send it straight up because it's going to interfere potentially with green circuits. Once I start building red circuits, I'm going to need to expand the green circuit production dramatically. So I think what we're going to do here is just split our coal right there. One of them is going to keep coming up, and one of them is going to come this way. Not through the wood, that's for sure. Not through that wood either. Fucking go away, wood. All the way as far. Oh wow, okay, no, we went too far. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, there we go. Let's maybe not connect the coal just yet. So we're gonna come up like so, and then we're gonna split again up here to go the 2 directions that I need the coal to go to get in here. That's 1. That's a 2. Then the plastic is going to come right on out and just, you know, zoom, zoom, zoom into our bus. Not that way, this way. And let's underground it. Happy underground belt, just like that. And maybe in this world we have a bus that lives right here. Actually, this is stupid. This is really stupid bringing it through here. Okay, no, we're not bringing it through here. This is where I'm going to be building the red circuit production. You know what? We don't actually... Hold on a second. Let me think for a second here. The only thing that actually uses plastics happens to be advanced circuits. Nothing else uses plastic, does it? Let me explore to see if they added anything in 15 that uses plastic. Hold on. Okay, there is one other thing in the game that uses plastic, and it isn't actually added in 15. It's been around for a long time, and that's low density structure. That's a rocket part. Nothing else, realistically at least, uses plastic. Even like Power Armor Mark II, no, doesn't use plastic. Like nothing, like something that I never fucking build maybe, like a rocket launcher. Does it use plastic? I doubt it. Not even available here. I don't even know what we need for a rocket launcher. Let's go to this and rocketry. That adds it. Yeah, no plastic. Alright, so that means that if I'm going to build red circuits in here, the plastic honestly can basically just feed directly into it. So I don't even need to feed this onto the bus here. We can build it. We can change the setup when we want to do rockets. For now, all I need is a line coming out, and I'll figure out what I want to do with this line coming out in the future. It doesn't need to go anywhere yet. So let's get the coal connected in, because it's coming in where I need it to be. Remember, the objective here, the short-term objective, is red circuits. It's not lasers, because the biters aren't a big deal. Usually the first thing I'm going for when I do oil is actually lasers. Well, and, you know, advanced oil processing. But before advanced oil processing, I quickly get lasers up and running, because I usually have to defend against biters, and I don't have to do that here, so what's the friggin' point? The benefits of our learning campaign. You know what? I'm going to build 2 lights in my pocket because I can build them faster than I can get to the Make Anything factory. And you know what? We're going to build a 3rd because that should take care of that orphaned. For fuck's sake, now I've got an orphaned. Okay, and now I'm going to have that orphaned, so we're going to build an inserter. There we go. Nice. It took 4 lights and an inserter, but we got where we needed to be. And look at that, the plastic is chooching in at max rate. However, we're going to very quickly stop producing because this stuff is going to fill up. So in order to utilize all of that, we are going to build 2 things here. We are going to build ourselves a... Oh, I don't have flammables yet. Okay, I'm going to need flammables. And in addition to flammables, we're going to get a plant that's going to bottle up some lubricant for us. And that's all it's going to do. It's just going to make us lubricant. Lubricant is super duper easy to make. There is no ifsy, andsies, or buttsies about it. Do I want to just put it up here? I guess I could sort of afford to. Let's put it a couple tiles out so that I have room to do one of these. And then underground into it so that I can walk through. And now I can connect off of this underground to get to the flamethrowers. Because flamethrower needs heavy oil as well. Guess we could technically make solid fuel if we really wanted to. But no, we are going to make lube. And our lube, we are just going to stick in a bunch of little plastic packets and call it KY and call it a day. No. We are going to do this. And we are going to bottle it up. Okay. No, not inserter stack capacity. Next thing we do is flammables, and we're going to bottle the lube. So that's going to use a little bit of heavy. The oil, the light rather, is still going to fill up. So we are going to build a flamethrower manufactory, which is going to require iron out here, which should be relatively easy to get. It might have to run through the whole fucking base. Actually, no. We're going to take iron and copper because for batteries, which we have access to already. So... batteries, to make batteries we need iron and copper, so we're going to get a line that has iron and copper on it, and we're just going to send it straight on through so that we can do battery production off of that. And that's what we're going to use for our Flammenwerfer connection. How fucking long is this video already? 28 plus 4, so just over a half hour. That's not bad. We've got our plastic built. That's the main thing that I wanted to do in this one, and we've got our cracking set up for the future. Flammables will be done right away. Let's get that belt run over here with copper and iron on it, and then we can set up our flamethrower fuel production off of that, because it needs iron. Where do I want to run it in? That's the question. I might split it off down here and then run it through the long way. On the other hand, I could split it off where the coal is. Well, the coal actually splits there. It doesn't split up there. Thing is, if I split it, I gotta like split up here if I split here, and then it basically lines up exactly with all this stuff, and that's ugly. I don't want to run it through the labs. Yes, Flammenwerfer, I need the flamethrower fuel, and we have military science as well! Nice! And the flamethrower turret, which we're not going to use. That's like endgame weapon right there, the Flammenwerfer. Okay, so where do I want this to come through is the question. I just don't know. I didn't leave a big enough gap to move my shit through. I need water backplanes as well in the future. Let me decide where I'm going to run this, and I'll be back. Here's where we're going to make our link up. It's going to be right on here. And then we're going to side load our copper and our iron into one belt, and then we're just going to weasel it around where we need it to go. So let's run this guy in. And we're going to bend it down, and we're going to give us a nice wide berth here so we can afford to build like sulfur and whatever else we want to build in here. And we can run these into it as we see fit. Then we're going to run it over and under the coal because we can. Why the hell not? And then let's keep going this way. Right up over the edge of this iron. We'll go around and up, and we're going to build the flame inverter stuff up over here. We're going to build sulfur and batteries in here, I think, is what we're going to do. So we're going to need this to veer off to battery production and sulfur production for that matter, because sulfur, I think, needs it as well. Let's take, what am I doing? Let's take a peek. Sulfur, yes, you need iron, and then batteries need both iron and copper. So sulfur and battery production will need this belt as well. Otherwise, we are going to run it up like this, I think. Might be good to build the factory to know exactly where the belt needs to be, wouldn't it? So we need heavy and we need light for this factory, and I don't know which side is which. I don't remember. So let's put it like here and check. Flamethrower. So heavy is on this side, light is on this side, which is interesting. That means if I actually move this over one, we could do some naughty things if I move this over one. We put this right next to this, and then I could merge these two together, and I can just run this right up. But no, that is silly, because I don't like putting buildings next to each other if I don't have to. Which means, despite there being a light there, we are most likely going to... That means I really need to put an underground into this if I do that. Fuck! Fuck! Okay, what do I want to do here? What I'm going to do is get rid of this light and rebuild it here and hope it's good enough. And then we're going to put a pipe here, and we're going to underground up into here. And then we're going to underground up into here, and we're going to connect the pipe through here instead of taking this out and connecting it up here. Okay, that works for me. Now we are going to proceed to power this facility as we power everything. Also build a light because we like ourselves some lights. Does it not have light oil coming in? Why you no have light oil fill up? I have light oil connected to you. I have light oil coming through. This is definitely connected. Is it just because you don't have the other stuff you need? You should be full of light. Me no understand why you not full of light oil right now, but I'm going to proceed as if you're working and hope that it all just balances out in the end, which it very well might not. We're going to just, you know, limit this to, like, a lot of flamethrower fuel. Like, a lot of flamethrower fuel. I love me the flame inverter so much that we're actually researching flame inverter upgrades right now. So let's just do a lot of it, okay? We're going to pull you, you know what? No. We'll pull you through right here. So we'll have all of the inputs come through on this side. Yeah, so you're going to input just like that. It's good to go. Let's go connect this guy, and we should have flame inverter stuff coming through. That's going to use up the light and heavy that I need to keep the petroleum production going, to keep the plastic production going, because otherwise we are going to run out of petroleum because we're going to stop. Actually, right now we're not using any petroleum because the belt is full. So we're actually running out of these guys, of all things. See, the refineries aren't running even though I have oil because they're backed up on petroleum. So this is going to burn down all of the heavy and light really quickly. You need steel. Shit! Holy crap, we just made a colossal mistake. I brought iron here thinking it was iron. No. There are no mistakes in this world. There are only happy little accidents. And because we brought iron and copper over here, we have the ability to make our batteries and our sulfuric acid, which we also need to make batteries. That's all there is to it. No mistake. This was totally intentional. The only thing that went wrong was I ran this belt just a teeny little bit too long. It should have ended like over here somewhere, and I ran it all the way up here. No big deal. All we need to do is run a steel line out. And we're going to do that next time. Thanks for joining me.